Here's the truth they never taught you in school. Money isn't real. When you walk into a bank and take out a loan, that money doesn't come from someone else's savings. The bank literally creates it out of thin air. And ever since we left the gold standard, that money has just been an IOU backed by nothing but trust. Let's break down how this system really works and why your dollars buy less every single year. The word fiat literally means by decree. That means your dollar only has value because the government says it does, and because you're required to use it to pay taxes. It's not backed by gold, silver, or oil. It's backed by one thing: belief. The moment that belief disappears, the entire system collapses. In 1971, President Nixon ended the US dollar's convertibility into gold, closing what was called the gold window. Overnight, the world entered a new financial era: pure fiat currency. Since then, the purchasing power of the US dollar has dropped over 85%. In other words, what used to cost $1 in 1971 now costs over $8. Here's the part that blows people's minds. Banks don't lend you other people's deposits. They literally create new money every time they approve a loan. They type a number into your account and poof, new dollars exist. Those new dollars didn't exist until you went into debt. Every dollar in circulation is someone else's liability. That's why your money says Federal Reserve Note. Modern money is debt. Every dollar is a promise to repay, plus interest to the banking system. That's why the system constantly needs more borrowing just to stay alive. If all debt were repaid tomorrow, there'd be no money left in circulation. Let that sink in. When the government borrows and the central bank buys that debt, it's printing by another name. The more dollars that enter the system, the less each one is worth. That's why wages never seem to keep up. The system requires inflation to survive, because without new money and new debt, it collapses under its own weight. So who benefits? People who own assets, stocks, real estate, businesses. When money gets printed, their asset prices rise. Meanwhile, savers, the people holding cash, lose purchasing power. That's why the wealth gap keeps growing. The system was built that way. And now we're heading into a new phase: tokenized money. Stablecoins, CBDCs, digital assets. They're not replacing the system, they're evolving it. But they'll still need one thing: liquidity, a bridge asset that connects all of it together. And that's where the next story begins.